In the last few weeks, we've talked to dozens of ProServe teams, and every team starts an implementation the same way. They hand the customer a survey, a spreadsheet, an intake questionnaire, something that the client needs to fill out. And the answers come back uneven. Some are verbose, some are crisp, some are blank. And then the ProServe team needs to read them, reconcile them with what sales told them, and then turn it all into something usable. It's slow and it's inconsistent, but it is also necessary. This is information that ProServe teams really need to get started. It's the foundation for the much more detailed and nuanced conversations that come later, conversations that really require consultant expertise. We thought that there was a better way to do intake. So now with Glossa, clients can do the whole intake themselves, upload documents, answer questions, review requirements, all in one place before the ProServe team is ever on a call. So imagine that you have a customer that just signed. Ordinarily, we'd send them an intake form via email, and then they'd fill it out in Excel and email it back, and there'd be some missing fields, some stray comments, whatever. Then we'd read it all, compare it with what we heard from sales, and then figure out what to ask on the initial intro call. But today, it's a lot easier. From the sales conversations, Glossa knows what the important topics are going to be for this project. So Glossa tells you which categories apply automatically based on what was discussed in sales. You review the standard questions for those categories and choose which ones the client should answer. And you can also request that the client upload documents or files too. And then that's it on your side. It's easy to ask the client for what you need. Then the client gets a simple emailed link. They click it and they're in. There's no username, no password to remember, no account to create, no extra seat to pay for, and it's super easy. Your client has a to-do list. They can import the files that you requested. Those files get processed just like any other one does in Glossa, and they're used to answer questions and create requirements automatically. That means that it's easier for clients. They can just share the source material and the work happens automatically. Once the files are processed, the client can see the questions that you sent over to them. And some already have answers from the file that the client just uploaded. So all they have to do is review and confirm, and it's easy to answer the ones that weren't covered. The client can also see the progress bar at the top so they can see how much work, if any, is left. Now, this is not just great for the clients, it's also great for the consultants. So we can see the project already has requirements drafted from the document that they uploaded, the questions are answered, and a big percent of discovery is already done before we even talk to the client once. So when we do get on a call, we can spend that time on the most important stuff, not asking the client to repeat something that's in a document that they already shared. And when the requirements are ready, the client can review and approve from the portal too. So for the client, the requirements are grouped by category, they're fully searchable, they're filterable. So even on a really big project, they can see what they need. Clients can do exactly 3 things on each requirement: approve it, flag it for discussion, or leave a comment. And all of it is tracked. Every document that's uploaded, every question that's answered, every approval, flag, and comment, who did it, and when. And so when you want a record of your collaboration, you have the receipts at your fingertips. What I'm hearing from ProServe teams is that time to value is the most important thing right now. Your customer bought the product, they don't want months and months of implementation. At the same time, it's more important than ever to build the right thing because trust is at a premium, which means discovery is the critical part to a successful implementation. Our philosophy is simple at Glossa: automate the prep and protect the collaboration. The intake is really important, but it doesn't have to be so painful and so slow. With Glossa, every consultant is set up for high quality discovery consistently and automatically, and it gets better with every implementation. Try it today. Tell me what you think.